Howdy. The reason for this upgrade is over this past winter, the first winter that I had my lithium batteries in the van, I found several mornings where I had great sunshine for solar power, but because of the low temperatures, the solar charge controller and the battery BMS would not allow charging to take place. Lithium batteries cannot be charged below 32 degrees, and the solar charge controller and BMS cut it off at a higher temperature than that. I believe mine are around 40 degrees. So I'm using RV tank pipe heaters to heat the batteries, and I'll show you how I did that with them. Howdy! Hey, I just thought I'd show you what I'm doing. Doing a little upgrade. I have lithium batteries. They're SOK brand, and these are 206 amp hour batteries, and I have two of them, one behind each seat. The problem that I've run into over the winter was that a lot of days, overnight and in mornings, it would be below 32 in the van, and the batteries, lithium batteries, cannot be charged below 32, and the BMS, the battery management system on this, cuts it off before that. I think it cuts it off around 40. Well, my Victron controller too, it'll cut it off like at 30, no, I think 40 degrees. But I have a Victron temperature monitor that's right there, and that lets the charge controller and the monitor know what the temperature is, so it can do that. So to alleviate that problem, I've got these they're Fake-Con pipe elbow heater pads for RV water tanks, or gray or black water tanks, so that they don't freeze. These do not have a thermostat. When you turn them on, they just heat up, and they're 0.55 amps each. I believe that they'll get to around 85 degrees plus or minus a couple degrees, and that's as hot as they get. So it's a good way to keep the battery warmed. I'm putting two on each side of the battery, and I'm putting them low down so that the heat rises. And then I've also got I've got them wired together. You need to wire them in parallel, so the four of them are together, and they will actually run off their own power. And I've got a switch here that I've marked. This is actually a tank switch to for thermostats on or power to RV tank heaters. So I just changed it to battery heaters, and I'm going to control each battery side separately, and they're fused separately. I've got fuses there, plus I've got the main power coming off my main over here, off that one that says heat. And I'm going to do something else too. I got some closed cell foam that's aluminumized on both sides, and this is supposed to reflect 97% of the heat. So I'm hoping that it'll help keep it cool in the summer and warm in the winter. So I got two of them on. I'm going to put the other two on, and then I'll put the foam on, and I'll show you what the outcome is. Stand by. Okay, so here is the finished product. This side, I still have to do the other side, but two heating pads. And I forgot to mention, those heating pads are self-adhesive, so you just peel off the backing and stick them on. And so I've got two on each side, and then I've got this closed cell foam that's wrapped it's underneath. I don't know if you can see it there, but yeah, it goes underneath and it wraps up around on the 3 sides. And the back part actually overlaps, almost doubling on the long side. This white foam that you see, that was actually packing material that the batteries were shipped to me with. So I used some of it to kind of insulate the batteries, keep them up off the floor and away from being bumped. And what I do is use a ratchet strap that clamps onto the bulkhead, and that just holds it real nice and firm and tight. Okay, so I still have the other one to do, and oh, this is my main cutoff switch. It'll completely cut the batteries off, and that's a Victron battery balancer. Okay, so just to show you the final result, there's battery behind the driver's seat, and here's the battery behind the passenger seat. I've got the pads on there, I've got the insulation around it, and we're good. These 2x4 pieces keep the freezer, because there's a hump right here, so they keep the freezer at a level condition. I gotta move the freezer down. He sits right in here between. Okay, so that's all for today. Take care. We will talk to you soon.